So CPLs, what are they? A CPL is short for a circular polarizer. Now circular because it actually rotates. So first I'll begin by explaining what they're used for and how to use them, and then I'll go into how they actually work. So primarily polarizers are used for removing reflections from non-metallic surfaces. So that's particularly useful if you're shooting something like a car or if you're shooting a subject through a window. So these are the times when reflections can cause unwanted glare or get in the way, so you want to remove those reflections. Another example would be water reflections. Let's say you're shooting into a pond or a lake or a sea. So using a polarizer, you can remove the reflections on the surface of the water so you can shoot through the reflections and into the water. They're also particularly useful for filming human subjects, so to remove highlights from a human subject's skin so you make them look more flattering and their skin looks less oily.
Alright, so I'm just filming this on my phone right now to give you an idea of how polarizers can affect skin. So on this side of my face here, you can see there's quite a bit of oily highlights, and here I have a circular polarizer. So if I put this polarizer over my camera lens, and if I rotate it a certain way, those highlights go away. So it's this versus this.
So here I have a CPL filter from Tyfoto. I've actually talked about them in a previous video. Basically, they make really affordable filters, really high quality, and they're guaranteed for life. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested in it. So this CPL filter has two parts. It has a threaded part which allows you to attach it to the front of your lens, and then it has a grippy part that turns the actual glass filter inside. So all you have to do is attach the filter to the front of your lens and then rotate the turning part until the reflections go away. That's as easy as it is. So why does that single piece of glass have to rotate to achieve that effect? And how does a CPL remove reflections in general? So when you attach a CPL in front of your lens, what it does from a physical standpoint is it essentially blocks out all light that has already been polarized in a particular orientation. And you might ask, how does that translate to removing reflections from your photo? Well, short answer, physics. Long answer, any light that bounces off a non-metallic surface gets polarized, and your CPL filter blocks out that polarized light, so those reflections that are polarized don't show up in your image. But still, why does it have to rotate to work? Now basically, a CPL filter is made out of a ton of tiny little parallel slits on a molecular level. And light, when it's polarized, has a particular orientation to it, basically the direction in which the light waves vibrate. If the polarization direction of the light matches the orientation of the slits in your polarizer, it slips through, so it doesn't get blocked. The light polarization has to be perpendicular to the orientations of the slits on your polarizer for it to block out that light. Sometimes you might notice, even though you've rotated the CPL all the way around, the reflections don't go away completely. Now that's because some reflections are only partially polarized. So the partially polarized bits get reduced while you still see a trace of some of that reflection. Another thing to note is all LCD panels emit polarized light. So if you were to film a LCD screen through a polarizer, if you rotate it the right way, your screen is going to go completely dark. So that's pretty much it for my explanation on circular polarizers. Now before I end this video here, I'd like to express my appreciations to a very kind and very skilled industry cinematographer, Jorge Luengas. He personally taught me how to use a polarizer and explained to me how polarizers work, so this video is with thanks to him. On another note, if you're interested in getting a circular polarizer for yourself, this one I'm using is from Tyfoto. It's guaranteed for life, and it also has damage protection. So if you're interested in getting one, I'll leave a link in the description to purchase it. So that's it for today, everybody. Any questions, any comments, just leave them in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.